how Bill Gates spends his billions. Have you ever wondered who is the richest man on this planet, in this world, or in this universe? Well, we have loads of people who make millions every day. One of these exclusive people is Bill Gates. Gates is known to be the world's third richest person. As we all know, he had an estimated net worth of $129 billion, and Gates is the co-founder of Microsoft. If Bill Gates decides to spend $1 million a day, it would take him more than 285 years to spend his fortune. As the richest man in the world, Gates once said, "Money has no utility to me beyond a certain point. Its utility is entirely in building an organization and getting the resources out to the poorest in the world." There are different ways that he likes to spend his money. Bill has promised to give away most of his money when he passes away and has already donated $35 billion to the Gates Foundation, the charity founded by himself and his wife. So, stick until the end of the video to find out how Bill Gates spends his billions. Cars. Porsche Taycan. Bill has owned at least 3 of these cars. Porsche Taycan is priced at $150,000. This electric car can go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 3 seconds, which is perfect for Bill, who is known for loving speed. He's reportedly had at least 3 speeding tickets in his younger days, so we know he loves his fast car's number. Porsche 959. This car was one of the first things he splurged on in 1986. He purchased the Porsche 959 for $225,000, which would be around $600,000 in today's money. This car is rare, as Porsche only produced around 300 of them, but Bill wouldn't be able to enjoy this incredible car until many years later. The 959 did have enough crash testing done to be legally driven in the US. So Bill spent $250,000 just for it to sit in a US Customs Service law. It wouldn't be until 1999 when a law passed permitting certain cars to be considered. Real estate. Gates has exactly the kind of real estate portfolio you would expect from a billionaire. Florida home worth $8.7 million, an incredible jump from his previous purchase in 2013. Bill spent $8.7 million for his 7 estate in Wellington, Florida, more than 10 times the price he paid for the Porsche 959. The home is equipped with 4 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms, and 4.8 acres of land, perfect for his daughter Jennifer, who is a known equestrian. The gate to the estate is also guarded all day because you can never be too safe when you're a billionaire. Although this estate is $8 million and that's a huge amount of money, it is the least expensive property that Bill owns. In fact, it doesn't even come close to his most expensive property. A Washington mansion worth $123 million to multiple horse ranches across the US. Gates spends most of his time at his 66,000 square foot mansion in Medina, Washington. It took Gates 7 years and $63 million to build this behemoth of a house, which is filled with lots of high-tech features. Wyoming Ranch worth $9 million. If Bill and his family get bored of their Florida home or just want more privacy, they can always fly to their Wyoming Ranch, which cost the billionaire $9 million. The ranch has 492 acres of land, a main house, a guest house, and it even has a cabin used by Bill himself. It's unclear how many bedrooms the main house has, but it is a 15,000 square foot home and the guest house has 5 bedrooms. Xanadu 2.0, $127 million. Out of all the things we've mentioned on this list, nothing compares to the Bill Gates main home, also known as Xanadu 2.0, with 7 bedrooms and 18 bathrooms. Let me say that again, 18 bathrooms. It took 7 years to complete and also has a trampoline room, locker room, 6 kitchens, a personal library, and a home theater, in which at least 20 people can sit. All over the mansion are computer screens displaying art that can change to show your favorite paintings. The entire compound is priced at $125 million, way more than all his other homes. If you were to add up his other homes and his cars multiplied by 3, it wouldn't still come close to the price of this compound. California Horse Ranch, $18 million. If that wasn't enough for the Gates family, they have another ranch, which means they own $1 million estates in 3 different states, with this one being in sunny California. Just a year after buying his Wyoming property, Bill purchased a horse ranch in Rancho Santa Fe for an astronomical $18 million, more than twice the amount of his 2 previous properties. According to BusinessInsider.com, the property has a racetrack, 5 barns, and a veterinarian suite, the perfect property for an equestrian. On top of all that, it even has a guest house, which looks like it would be anybody's dream home. He owns many more properties through his Cascade private investment firm, including Charles Hotel in Cambridge, Massachusetts, and half of Four Seasons Hotels. In 2013, Gates and several unnamed buyers paid $161 million for the Ritz-Carlton in San Francisco. The hotel is now worth $200 million. library. Those familiar with Gates' habits knows that he is a voracious reader. He has a stunning library to match the 2,100 square foot. Library has a dome roof and 2 secret bookcases, including one that reveals a hidden bar on the ceiling. You'll find a quote from The Great Gatsby that reads, "He had come a long way to his blue lawn, and his dream must have seemed so close that could hardly fail to grasp it." The library is also home to the Codex Leicester, a 16th century Leonardo da Vinci manuscript. Gates bought it at an auction for $30.8 million in 1994. This is the single most expensive piece in the library, but there are many other rare books, meaning the total value is likely well over $60 million. Though his personal library is off limits except for distinguished guests, literacy is hugely important to Gates, and through his Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, he created the Global Library nonprofit to invest in public libraries in more than 50 countries and ensure that children and adults have access to free reading materials. Bill is also very well known for his love of books, which is why he couldn't pass up on the following entrant. On this list, number 3 is Codex Leicester, $30.8 million. Many people consider Bill Gates a genius and hold his opinions on the future and technology in high regard. Another man who was considered a genius was Leonardo da Vinci. Not only an incredible painter, he was also known for designing inventions and for his theories in the field of science. So it seemed fitting that Bill would purchase the Codex Leicester, a notebook written by Leonardo da Vinci where he wrote his ideas and theories. The Codex cost Bill a staggering amount of $30 million. When he bought it in the mid-90s, in today's money that would be nearly $50 million, making it one of the most expensive books ever sold. The Codex is filled with invention ideas and theories about astronomy and water and gives a deeper look into the mind of Da Vinci. Private jet. We've talked about all the properties Bill owned all over the country, and they need some way to travel between them. That's why he picked up the Bombardier BD-700 private jet, his personal aircraft that's worth $40 million. This incredibly expensive jet can sit 19 people, perfect for Bill and his entire family. When he was on the Elon show, he admitted that this was one of his craziest purchases, and you can blame him for thinking that his private jet is worth millions of dollars, more than his 3 previously mentioned homes. Although we don't think Bill Gates has to worry about making a ton of crazy expensive purchases. Painting. Polo crowd painting, $27.5 million. On top of his love for cars and horses, Bill Gates is also a known lover of art. In 1999, Bill purchased Polo Crowd by American painter George Bellows for an incredible $27.5 million. The painting depicts a fierce polo game going on while a crowd watches up close. This puts Bill in an elite group as Bellows' paintings are mostly in museums, and there's one painting that's even in the White House. Another one of his paintings was recently sold for an estimated $30 million. This isn't the only instance of Bill spending an extravagant amount of money for art. Lost on the Grand Banks, worth $30 billion just a year before buying the Polo Crowd painting. Bill Gates shocked the art world when he bought this next painting for $30 million, the highest price for an American painting at the time, beating out the previous record sale by almost $20 million, lost on the Grand Banks by Winslow. Homer is a painting from 1885, depicting a man on a wooden boat riding into the ocean. It is just one in a series of paintings that Winslow made depicting fishermen. This is how much Bill loves art. Hey guys, thank you so much for sticking till the end of the video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel. What would you do if you had all the money Bill Gates has? You can tell us in the comment section below. See you soon in the next video. Till then, goodbye.